that is that guy. I'll be taking a thermometer, a little overkill, but it's pretty light. The thing I like about this feature is it does the minimum temperature and the maximum temperature for the day. This way does help me, gauge how my gear is working. I'm always wanting to learn on how I'm doing with my gear and if I didn't take enough clothing or if I need less. So this will just kind of hang off my pack or shove into a pocket. And mainly for at night when I'm sleeping, I'll know what the temperature went down to, and it'll keep it recorded. So I think I was at Walmart. There was a little suction cup that went in this hole. You could suction cup it to your window. And then I showed this already. This is a little thumb drive case, but I've put my water purification and my classic in there, my Swiss Army classic, and a safety pin for popping blisters if I need to. I don't want to dig through my pack to get basic stuff. And then these are for my gaiters. These just go around the bottom of the shoe. So if we end up post-holing or going through some snow for some reason, I can wrap these on my gaiters, and so the snow won't go up inside my shoes. I should have put this in the clothing, but I didn't. But I just have a fox whistle, real thin one. I'll be wearing this. It came with this little cord here, which I really like. It's really soft, so there'll be no chafing on the neck. And it's got a little cord lock here and a brake lock system here. It pops off. So that's that guy. Next, for kind of the, medical to self-care, etc. I have a bottle of sunscreen, which I'll mainly use probably for my face and possibly my arms, but we'll see. So I don't need a whole lot of that, and I have some more at my resupply. I'm halfway in the John Muir Ranch. Dr. Brown's soap, Dr. B's, whatever it's called. I call it Dr. B's soap. I'll be using it for brushing my teeth, washing clothes, washing my body, etc. Then I have some Body Glide. This just helps for anti-chafing on my feet mainly, but also in my butt cheeks. All those places that rub. Then I just have some lemon eucalyptus bug spray, just for spraying around my face and my hands and stuff if I'm in camp and I need it. I've treated all my clothes with permethrin, and my tent and some of my gear, so hopefully I won't need to use much bug spray. About 50 feet of some cord, some really strong cord for hanging stuff if we need to. It's supposed to hang stuff on John Muir Trail, but it's always good to have extra cord. It doesn't weigh that much. Bunch of AAA batteries for my flashlight. Earplugs, a must-have. Some backup earplugs. This is for my platypus bottle. Just a different cap system in case I need one or I lose something. It's just good to have extra. And then an extra little LED light. Real light one. Toothbrush, cut-off toothbrush with a little cover. Some extra chapstick. My lips freak out when I change elevation and weather conditions, so I gotta have chapstick. And then just an extra towel. I might not take this. I have an extra one in a resupply bag. Going on to my headgear, I have this might be an OR bug net, head bug net, but yeah, that's that guy there. This is my poop kit. I'm going to be using a type of biodegradable baby wipes. And then inside of that, I have some Dr. B's soap in one of those small little bottles. So I use that to wash my hands afterwards. This is my poop bag. So I have a odor-proof bag in here. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a small quart-sized Ziploc bag, odor-proof bag, inside of this larger bag. So, yeah, keep the gross. You got to pack out your poop paper. I marked it poop paper bag. And then I have an extra aluminum steak. It's a whole cheapy steak, so It's kind of redundant. This I'll use to dig my cat holes with, and also if I need an extra stake for whatever reason, I have an extra stake. Coming over here, these are bread bags. I got about 3 of them. But when I get to camp and I've been foraging rivers and my shoes are wet, I don't want to get my socks wet when I put my shoes back on, so I can just slip these on and keep my socks wet and might keep feet cold. If I am going through some snow because I'm using trail running shoes that are really breathable, I can put these in there to kind of give me some extra insulation, keep my feet from getting wet in the snow. This is just a random bag of Z-line, some of that cord, a lot of the cord I've been using, some cord locks, some mitten clips, just some repair stuff, little rubber bands. So just some redundancy stuff. Probably don't need it, but I'd rather just have it just in case. It's not that much. And then I have my credit cards and driver's license will be going in a Ziploc bag. I have an extra odor-proof bag that I'll be bringing with me. And then I have a Kershaw folding knife. There's no metal lining. There's only one side that has a metal lining in it, so it's the G10 grip. So that'll be my pocket of my pants. Then this is kind of my smalls bag where I'll put anything I need a lot of. So like chapstick, I have a pen, and then I have my Phoenix LD01 light. Great light. I love this. I can fix it right onto my visor, and so that's a great little flashlight. And then finally, I believe, is my trekking poles. I showed this already, but just kind of talk about my trekking poles here, my system. These are the Black Diamond Trail Ergo Cork Flick Lock trekking poles. I've used these already quite a few times. I used it on my 40-mile 2-day backpacking trip recently. They worked great. Super light for the price. What's funny is the ones I was using before this were the Walmart brand trekking poles, and they have the same locking system, pretty much the same design except for the cork handle, this little extra foam handle here, and pretty close in weight, maybe by a half ounce or an ounce. Once you take off the little wrist, I don't know what they call it, wrist leash. I don't know what they call it. I take them off. I don't need them. I'm always moving my hands around. So, and anyways, if I ever break a piece, then I can use it for my Walmart ones. Go right in the same hole. I put duct tape on one and medical tape on another. So that's quick if I need that while I've got my shoes off and taking a break. So I can do another review on these, but love them. They're great. I was going to take this foam off to make them lighter, but I ended up using it. So we'll leave it for now, see how it goes. But that is my gear for the John Muir Trail. All right, here is my shelter and sleep system. So starting from the ground up, I got a piece of Tyvek here. I think it weighs somewhere around 6 ounces or so altogether. I'll have to weigh it again. I put all my tie outs and everything on today. It's kind of it looks big, but it's for a reason, because I'm using the Six Moon Design cape. There is an opening, maybe about a foot or two in the front, and so what this does along this line here, I'll show a picture, but this folds up and blocks that gap, so it creates a little wall right here. So I use my trekking pole for my tent tent pole. It'll go right up kind of in the center here at an angle, hold up the cape. The duct tape is where it goes, so I put some duct tape on the bottom and top just to create some strength there, and abrasion proof, so I won't get a hole in it from my trekking pole going into that. Then the second trekking pole I'll leave running along there, and it'll create the line from this corner all the way up to that corner it'll make it nice and taut, so when this folds up, this trekking pole's against about right there, so that'll hold that kind of really tight. So each one of these will tie out to my titanium stakes that I don't have in this video. They're still at my yard because I'm practicing setting it up. So they'll tie out and make these corners nice and tight. So there's a bathtub. I got a bathtub around the side here. It's about 4 inches tall. So that's that. And then I have a Z-mat for insulation. I love the Z-mat because if my inflatable goes flat in the night or something, I won't end up on the cold ground. So I've had that happen before, and it's not fun. One thing I've done to this Z-mat is I've cut the last 2 folding square rectangles off the bottom, and this creates kind of my backrest for my Z-pack, which I'll show in the next video. And then I whip that out. I normally use that to sit on when I am stopping for a break or for lunch, etc. Nothing like having something soft to sit on after hiking a long time. Next, I have my Pacific Outdoor Equipment Peak AC. This is a regular inflatable mat. I think this weighs somewhere around 12 ounces or so. So that's one of my main luxury items on this trip. I'm a side sleeper, and so I've got to have some extra padding. And if it's super cold, then I'll just take my Z-mat and I'll put it on top of this inflatable, because I've noticed before when it gets into the 40s or in 30s, high 30s or so, I can feel some cold spots along my legs and stuff. So it's the cold air hitting the sides and transferring into the middle tube. So the other comfort item that I have is just this little cheapy inflatable pillow. Doesn't weigh that much at all, and so this helps me with my sleeping habits. And then to raise my head up, because I'm on this insulation mat, to raise my head up, I have my sleeping bag, Cuban fiber from Z-Pack, stuff sack, and I've rolled up my Z-Pack backpack inside of this. So just to give it loft, gives me a high spot for my head, and then I can just put this inflatable pillow wherever I want. Then what I mentioned for my clothing video, I've got my Jacks Are Better CRS Sniveler long down quilt, and that's rated to about 30 degrees. Then of course I got my Six Moons design cape, which will be my main shelter and also backup rain gear. All right, so that's my shelter and sleep system. All right, so here's my final loadout of my pack of everything but water. So I got my food, my bear canister, all my gear that I'll be carrying, minus my clothes that will be worn, trekking poles, and shoes, hitting at about 22 pounds. My base weight came in, plus the bear canister, which will pretty much be will be divided out between me and my buddy. So he'll take more food and I'll carry the bear canister. But without the bear canister, I'm hitting 12 pounds. With the bear canister, I'm hitting around 14. would be roughly what it would be. So not quite ultralight, but very close. I'll be shedding some of that base weight as I go. You know, maybe about half a pound of that via my certain consumables that are more like medical, bandages, tape. So not a whole lot, but roughly that. So base weight, 12 pounds. Give a little tour around here. I got my ground sheet. If I made the ground sheet smaller, I could save a few ounces and not take my insoles for the shoes. I could save a few there. Probably, check out the back here. This is my setup on how the back looks. So, see my 2-panel Z-mat on my back there. I tried to open, but it was too wide, and it touched my back more, causing more area to sweat. So I folded it in half and put it in right in the middle there, so only my back touches about right there, which ends up being really nice. I did that for my 40-mile, 2-day shakedown trip a couple weeks ago, and ended up really liking it a lot. And then, as you can see, my water bottles here in the front, so that'll help bring a little weight to the front. Probably with water, I'll be hitting around 25 or so. But of course, as my food drops, I'll get it back down closer to my base weight. Got my side pouches packed out. On my left pouch, I've got like my gloves and beanie, and I'll put snacks in that one. On my right one, I have all of my quick supplies that I want, from bug spray, body glide, what else? Earphones, all my little quick things that I need. Then here is my water purification little bottle for the day, and my classic Swiss Army knife. That hangs really nice, even though it dangles. I didn't feel it when I wore it on my last trip. On my side here, I've got my thermometer. Then I've got my poop kit here, poop bag. We'll see how that goes as I fill it, but it should all even out pretty well. Luckily, I don't have to pack out my poop. That would really suck. And then on this side, I've got my cook kit right there. Got my cook kit, no room for anything extra. I stick my trekking poles down here, so there's room for my trekking poles if I end up not wanting to carry my trekking poles. All right. That's my pack for John Muir Trail.